November 17, 2019. Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Terminal C. The security cameras were rolling, as they always do, thousands of passengers moving through the corridors. Business travelers. Families heading home. Students catching late-night flights. One person who walked through Terminal C that night never walked out. This is the story of the woman who vanished on camera. Was Sarah Mitchell. 32 years old. Marketing executive from Austin, Texas. She had just finished a business conference in Seattle and was catching a connecting flight home through Dallas. At 9:47 p.m., Terminal C's camera 14 captured Sarah pulling her black rolling suitcase past gate C28. Blazer, jeans, white sneakers, her phone pressed to her ear. Later, records would show she was talking to her fiancé, David. "I'll be home by midnight. Can't wait to see you." Those were the last words anyone would ever hear from Sarah Mitchell. At 9:51 p.m., camera 22 near the restroom corridor shows her entering the frame. She's no longer on the phone. Her pace is normal. Nothing seems where this case becomes impossible to explain. That corridor has only two exits. One leads back to the main terminal, covered by camera 22. The other leads to gate C31 through C35, covered by camera 23. According to airport security systems, both cameras were functioning perfectly that night. No technical glitches. No blind spots. The timestamp logs show no gaps in recording. Sarah Mitchell enters the corridor at 9:51 and 34 seconds p.m. She never appears on camera 23. She never comes back out on camera 22. At 11:45 p.m., when her flight to Austin began boarding, Sarah Mitchell didn't show up at the gate. At 12:30 a.m., David started calling her phone. It went straight to voicemail. By 2 a.m., DFW Airport Police reviewed every camera in Terminal C. The FBI's Dallas field office joined within 48 hours, treating it as a potential abduction case. Pause. They found her on dozens of cameras throughout her time at the airport. Ordering coffee at Starbucks, 8:15 p.m. Sitting at her departure gate, 8:45 p.m. Making that final phone call, 9:47 p.m. Entering the corridor, 9:51 p.m. But after 9:51 and 34 seconds p.m., nothing. The investigation expanded. They checked every restroom in that corridor, every janitor's closet, every emergency exit. All emergency exits were alarmed. None were triggered. Every employee-only area required keycard access. No unauthorized entries were logged that night. They tracked every vehicle leaving the airport. Her luggage was never found. Her phone never pinged another cell tower. Her credit cards were never used again. Her bank accounts remained untouched. Sarah Mitchell had simply vanished. That followed. Investigators developed several theories. Theory 1, voluntary disappearance. But Sarah had a loving relationship, a stable job. She was planning her wedding for the following June. Her family insisted she had no reason to run. Nothing in her computer or phone records suggested she was planning to disappear. Theory 2, abduction. But how? The corridor was less than 100 feet long. The cameras show no one following her. Every door was monitored. Every alarm was functional. To abduct someone from that location without being seen would require incredible planning and inside knowledge of the airport's security system. Theory 3, medical emergency. Could she have collapsed in a blind spot? Every inch of that corridor was searched. K-9 units found nothing. Thermal imaging detected nothing. Theory 4, technical glitch. Airport authorities insisted the cameras were working. But the FBI brought in their own digital forensics team. They examined the footage frame by frame, analyzed the metadata, Checked for signs of tampering or looping. The footage was authentic. No hidden edits. No technical failures. Sarah Mitchell walked into that corridor. She didn't walk out. 5 years later, the case remains officially unsolved. But here's what keeps investigators awake at night. That corridor has utility access panels in the ceiling. Too small for a person to climb through, according to maintenance records. But were they ever physically checked that night? There's an abandoned baggage handling tunnel beneath Terminal C. Sealed off since 2003 after a renovation. Airport blueprints show no access point from that corridor. But blueprints can be wrong. Renovations can miss things. And then there's the detail that never made it into public reports. 3 weeks before Sarah disappeared, a maintenance worker reported seeing someone in an airport uniform near the corridor. Late at night, someone who didn't respond when called, and quickly walked away. The incident was logged, but never investigated. Was someone watching Sarah? Following her? Waiting? Keeps Sarah Mitchell's case file active. Her missing person poster still appears at DFW Airport. David never stopped searching. But the questions remain. How does someone vanish from a monitored airport corridor in 2019? In one of the most surveilled buildings in America? Where did she go? Who, or what, was she running from in those final moments? And most haunting of all, if the cameras show no one following her into that corridor, was she already gone before she disappeared? Camera 22 still records that corridor today. Thousands of passengers walk through it every week. Most don't know that 5 years ago, someone walked in and never walked out. The footage has been analyzed by the FBI, by private investigators, by amateur sleuths across the internet. No one has an answer. Sarah Mitchell's case remains open. And somewhere, the truth is waiting. If you found this case as disturbing as we did, hit that subscribe button. New Shadow Case files every week. And drop your theory in the comments below. What happened to Sarah Mitchell?